Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you the tips and how to answer that question you're always asked at the beginning of an interview. Tell me a little bit about yourself. This question is not as open-ended as you think. There's actually a really straightforward way that you could structure this in order to deliver the right message of who you are and what you want every single time. My name is Ariel Herrera with the Analytics channel, where we bridge the gap between real estate and technology. If you haven't already, please watch the introduction as well as part 1 of this series to really get the full experience to understand how to interview correctly. All right, so what does this tell me about yourself? Basically, at the beginning of every single interview, in order to kind of break the ice, the interviewer will ask you in some way, some form, tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you interested in the position? What brought you here today? They all mean the same exact thing. This is your one opportunity in order to deliver who you are and what you want in the simplest fashion. So before we actually get into how to answer this, you need to think of it as if you're dating. The company is the person you're trying to date, and you need to impress them as well as show why you can add value. So as an example, when I would do this, I would imagine that I was trying to woo 2004 A-Rod. If you want to think of someone else, maybe J-Lo, probably any age because she looks stunning at all times. And when you go on a date perhaps, and someone says, "Hi, how are you?" Are you gonna say, "Hey, I'm good. I'm here because I want to meet someone. I like hiking, I like swimming, I like sports." Okay? You're not really saying how you could add value to me. You're not showing any excitement that you want to be here. A better approach would be, "Hey, I actually heard a lot about you from John, and I'm really excited for us to be sitting here together for dinner. I've been really looking forward to this. Some of the things that I'm looking for is to actually have someone to do a lot of the activities that I'm involved in, such as hiking and swimming. So I'm really looking forward to hear more about you and how we could possibly fit." Okay, maybe I seem a little bit interviewy, but you get the factor. You need to have some type of personality, and you need to show who you are and what value you can add. So some things that I always just go towards is being dynamic as my strength, having a willingness to learn since every company wants you to be coachable, and also being able to communicate effectively. If you are someone who's an engineer or in some sort of technology field, as I am, it's really important to show off that you could be a good communicator, because I've seen plenty of PhDs and people who are very knowledgeable, but they just can't translate their thoughts to business and they ultimately fail. So communication is very, very key. So you want to take your 3 strengths and you want to highlight this in your about me. So the first part of the about me is stating how you found out about the company and briefly stating how excited you are and thankful to be here for it. This is going to really show that you're not just randomly applying to jobs, some interview got scheduled and you're here to just answer it. Like, no, you took the attention to understand who this company is, what the position was, and you're grateful for the person being on the other side, because time is money, time is value, and you want to show that you value their time. The next segment is going to be you introducing yourself and a brief blurb saying who you are. So maybe you're a recent student, you're a current researcher, or you're a data scientist like me. You're going to state this, a little bit about your education as well. Then for your 3 strengths is where you're going to basically add 3 different sentences that tell a little bit about yourself and how it ties into each of the strengths. Now the last part, once you finish doing this, is you're going to summarize everything by saying your 3 strengths again, but very clear and detailed. So I would say that my dynamicness, my willingness to learn, and my communication skills not only have gotten me to this point today, but I believe can really benefit this role and my opportunity at this company. Something along those lines where you're basically tying everything together. Let's actually go through a run through for an example of how I used to answer, "Tell me a little bit about yourself," when I was interviewing as an undergrad. Great. So before I go into actually telling you a little bit about myself, I do want to state how excited I am to be here today. I've actually done a lot of research on your company and the space and how you've been a real forthcomer in both technology and healthcare, as well as the actual community culture within the organization. So thank you so much for even allowing me to interview for this position. My name is Ariel Herrera, and I'm currently a student at Rutgers University, where I study business management as well as information systems. And what's gotten me through my journey thus far is being able to actually network heavily. I'm actually a part of Phi Chi Theta, which is a business professional fraternity. And through that, I've been able to meet a lot of people as well as really ramp up on my skills so I can enter the business world from day one and make an impact. As well, I'm an effective communicator. I work on many different projects within my different classes, and I've learned to really assess the strengths of my other classmates to really drive projects effectively. As well, one of the things that I'm really excited about is always being able to learn, not just through resources like books and videos, but through people around me. So I want to come into this organization and be a sponge and be able to just learn through my environment and the people around me. So based upon my networking skills, my communication skills, and my willingness to learn, not only do I think that I'd be a great match for this role, but I also believe that I can really thrive in it. So as you see there, I was able to break out in my About Me, thanking the interviewers for allowing me to even interview, showing my excitement that I'm excited to be here at the interview, going over a little bit about who I am, business student, etc., and then breaking down very easily my 3 strengths, examples of each, tying it up at the end as to why these 3 strengths make me a really capable individual to go into this role. So I'm going to give you a worksheet in the notes that's going to show you exactly what we covered so you can enter this in yourself on your own. I really believe documentation is key in order to be able to be an effective interviewer, because no matter every interview, you're going to be asked similar type of questions and you can always go back and refer to it as well as study from it. So if you like this type of content, please subscribe as well as like this video and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.